What?
Oh, sorry, Jeremy. Nat 1. You know what that means.
No, please, I have 3 kids.
Whoa, hold on a sec, Kayla. This podcast is not for kids. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Go ahead. Hello and welcome to a very special, spooky episode of Tales from the Tabletop. I'm your haunted DM, haunted by the fact that we've been doing this for a year, DM Jeff Lunter.
And I am your spookiest, most devilish DM, Kayla Williams. I've got my mood lighting on today. Surprise. My face.
It is funny that you say mood lighting because to me it looks like you're as white as a ghost. It is insane.
I look blown out on the Discord camera. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. But yeah, you may notice that you can see us if you could tell right off the bat. But it is our 1-year anniversary of doing this podcast. And honestly, for what is this, episode 22, 23, something like that, we got it. We're there. That's almost 52 weeks of podcasting. That's close.
Straight. We did not take a break. Ever.
We've never taken a break in our life. We've never once taken breaks. It's just, we don't
do the
know how
math
to count.
on that.
But yeah, we are, we're doing this bitch. We're doing it live-ish. This is going to be so fun for future Jeff to edit. I'm so excited, Kayla. You don't understand.
So to describe what's going on for our audio listeners.
Yeah, so we're dressing up as Halloween costumes, but my Halloween costume is a bald cap with sunglasses and a nice little like shirt with a white shirt underneath it. It's like a button down shirt that's just open, short sleeves, and super laid back, super chill. I'm not going to say what my costume is yet though, because it goes along with my story.
I'm so sure nobody knows what you're dressed as, Jeff.
No, you straight up were like, yo, it's Mr. Worldwide. I'm like, also, it is really funny because the bald cap I have actually doesn't match the color of my skin. So it's just this like Kayla white bald cap.
Don't say Kayla white, okay? I look not as pasty in my viewfinder.
You look like a sheet.
To you, but it doesn't matter what I look like to you. It's about how I look at home to our viewers.
That's fair.
To our beautiful viewers.
Yeah, so we're doing this live. We're fucking crazy.
Jeff literally turned on his camera and I went, what the fuck? He didn't have anything on. And
I didn't have anything on.
And you could see, obviously. So I am dressed as a little devil or a tiefling or something with horns. I made these horns myself.
They look great. They look awesome. Way to go.
Thank you. So I have horns on and everything else is kind of normal. And I'm wearing some makeup. That's it. But I look sick as fuck. And so
you look great.
Thank you. It took me like 30 minutes to get ready. And then I hop on and Jeff just has nothing on.
It took me 15 seconds to get my costume together.
I was pissed.
I told you. You'll understand what this costume is soon. It's every day, bro. Who knows? We might get shirtless. It might have to happen.
Let's not.
Get banned on YouTube. The pasties are what took the longest time.
Oh, yeah. The sparkly pasties.
The sparkly pasties.
I'm so sorry in advance if my horn falls off. The spirit gum is not
Honestly,
gumming.
That's great content. Our first video podcast and everything goes wrong.
And it just goes wrong. I was going to order fangs too.
For the audio listeners, Kayla's mashing her teeth like she's a little goblin.
But I didn't, the teeth weren't going to get here in time and I thought they'd just fall off. And honestly, I think my canines
nothing's
are
better than trying to talk for like an hour with gnashing teeth in your mouth, just plastic teeth, taking your shit up and nothing's better. Nothing sounds better.
Out of all the audio issues we've ever had, I would love for you to try to fix that one.
What, you into the microphone?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can do it. Easily.
Easy. Jeff's the greatest editor in the world, so he can make anything happen. He's going to edit this video, and I am not going to do a damn thing.
Kayla's not even gonna promote it. That's the best, but that's how great she is.
That's how good I am. It just happens. We just get out there. You know, we're so
You got
popular.
my talent. You got my talent. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And now you get my face card. Okay, Jeff. We're doing something a little special.
Yeah.
Doing something a little bit different in the middle of this podcast, but I thought we'd start it off very traditional. We do have 2 stories, 2 terrible, scary stories for everybody. To reminisce a little bit, we recorded our first episode last year in 2023, like July.
Yeah, it was July, and then we're like 4 months off, and we're like, yeah, let's put it out on Halloween.
Yeah. Basically. And then we put it out on Halloween, and here we are 1 year later on Halloween. We are definitely not recording this last minute.
No, it's a week and a half early. We're fine.
Don't date our podcast, Jeff. I'm trying to put mystery on the circumstances.
Yeah, there's a little bit of mystery involved with it.
Yes, I'm very mysterious.
Okay. Just tell your story.
He's not even hamming it up for the camera. That's just his fucking face.
That's just my face. I do this even if we aren't recording our video. I'm just like.
This story is from RPG Horror Stories. It is by Cyberpunk Crusader 01. It is called Drunk Cop Threatens to Arrest DM.
No, don't tell me that one of the players is a cop, bro. Cops.
You know all about this.
I told you about, I said it on the podcast before, just the idea of like a cop in D&D, like running a campaign, being a player, they probably, I'm going to just assume right off the bat before you even start your story that they're playing a paladin. I mean, it has to, right? Am I right? Okay,
this
tell me if I'm right.
happened at a game shop in the city. Generally, I play D&D with a fairly nice community. The DM has been running games for our group, plus other players in the game shop who come in and out of games for years now. One of these transient players, as I will refer to him, happened to be a cop. He had been coming to the game shop for a few months by that point and was chill with the DM. He ended up joining our table and rolling up a drow wizard.
Okay.
So no
That's
paladin.
Disappointing.
I know.
That is the most disappointing thing. Although wizard is just as annoying as paladin.
I feel like you could find
we say
an
it all the
excuse
time.
for
Wizard is the
anything.
worst. I'm upset. Wizard is the worst D&D class in all of fucking D&D.
I feel like I could say anything. I could say he's playing a bard, and he'd be like, of course he'd be playing a fucking bard, dude.
No, because here, the second worst class is wizard, right? For a cop to play. Because it's all about rules. It's all about like the nerdy shit. Like most of what cops do is fill out paperwork. What does a wizard do? Fill out his fucking spell book. It's the same thing. And they're rules lawyers because like, well, actually my spell has 30 feet instead of 25.
I think this is going to go in a direction that you're not expecting it to. Your own biases are showing based on your last game you played with a cop. No rebuttal.
No rebuttal. It is. I'm not disagreeing with you because I literally cut to my face just fucking reliving my war, the war I went through in this cop's mom's basement.
Now, this guy had a drinking problem and would often show up buzzed, or he would straight up bring beer or whiskey, which was technically against the rules, but the employees never really enforced the no alcohol rule.
To a store? Anyways.
To a game store.
Homie shows up with a Four Loko, like, let's fucking do this. His gun strapped to his fucking waist.
I never understood people who can't show up to a function without bringing alcohol. In my personal opinion,
alcohol is a good social lubricant, but it's not the social lubricant. Like, I don't know.
I think there are certain things you just don't have to do drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe D&D is one of those.
I do like that. My favorite thing about doing the video podcast is that I can be like Jim Halpert.
Who the fuck
just
is
do
that?
like a like looking at the fucking camera like from The Office.
Oh, that Jim. Okay. You're going to get a lot of me like looking for my place.
It's you trying to read.
Yeah.
We get to watch Kayla's reading face. It's
oh,
so
no.
great.
Let me get my reader.
Hold on.
This led to his character being a bit chaotic, stupid. That's my next. that is going to be my next. The word.
Chaotic stupid. For. Is that what you're gonna go with?
That's it. That's just me. That's my next. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Be it him getting involved in edgelord murder hobo antics, missing important information because he's not paying attention or can't pay attention, talking over other players, going on random rants that have nothing to do with the game, etc.
You won't believe the perp I fucking got today. That damn perp,
Do you think do you think cops just say perp?
Yeah.
Like all the time? They just say perp?
I don't have cop friends because...
Yeah, because you kicked the last one out of your fucking group. Or you ski-daddled.
I ski-daddled.
He ski-daddled away from them. When he got too drunk, we would just ignore him as much as possible. But he did get himself killed on this one mountain where our goal was to cross a chasm. Haven't we all been there? Am I right, ladies?
Just girly things.
He was particularly sloshed that day and decided to use his 3rd level fly spell to cross a big-ass chasm filled with enemy archers and evil birds. Tag yourself. Okay. I'm an evil bird.
Which bird am I? I am... Let's see. What's an evil bird? A seagull, Big probably. Bird. Big Bird's so nice.
Have you seen his eyes?
Yeah.
No one.
Have
Big
you seen
Bird.
Have you seen the incredible work that went into creating the costume that Big Bird was in? Hello?
Yeah, I mean, I love Jim Henson
stan. Don't ever say anything bad about my boy and the Big Bird. Big
my
Bird
boy
ain't that bad.
And the Big Bird. No, I love Jim Henson, but Big Bird,
Seagulls are worse than Big Bird.
Sure, I'll let you have that. Sure, I guess.
Sure.
Sure.
So seagulls and a bunch of archers were attacking him.
Yeah. Also, sorry in advance. The audio is probably going to be a lot worse because we don't have our little blankets on. Our signature blankets. But I'm not.
Blankies.
I'm actually not sweating for the first time ever.
That is a complete lie.
Of us
Kayla,
recording the podcast.
You started, before we even started the podcast, you're like, I'm fucking dripping, bro.
Okay, well, maybe that's because I had to fight with my camera and my horn and everything. Ugh. I keep having to stick it on.
I can't wait till it falls off.
I can feel
it falling off. For
the
audio
listeners,
listeners, I will laugh my ass off. You will know when that thing goes.
And that'll be your cue. We all had previously decided to cross via the cave system. There was 0 chance he was going to make it, and the DM said, your character feels the cold, ethereal embrace of death as he considers what he is about to do.
That's the nicest thing you could say to a player, to be like, fucking stop.
And then out of game he says, are you sure you want to do this? Famous last words.
That is double DM. That is double DM telling you not to fucking mess around.
Mm-hmm. Fuck around and find out, Honestly, my best ideas have been continuing to do something after Jeff asks me if I'm sure. And I just go, absolutely. I've died 3 times.
No, yeah. You died and then threatened to quit the campaign.
It's only half true. I didn't die. Listen, it makes me sound like such a diva. There's a lot of context missing, okay?
We've talked about it on the podcast.
If you just had the context, okay, you would understand my feeling. That's why communication is really great. Anyway, the DM asks, are you sure? And he says, yes. Let me fly across it. God damn it. Y'all are just pussies.
Oh, nice.
We might have to bleep that on YouTube.
Nothing more beautiful than being called a pussy while playing your fucking D&D campaign.
And so
you said
he
I gotta bleep that?
On YouTube, we'll have to bleep it. I can bleep it. Don't stop. That's more work for me later.
Nice.
Oh my God. Jeff's going to break the limit on how many curses he can throw in here.
How many curse words can you have in a YouTube video?
Well, in the first 10 minutes, you cannot swear. So people usually just tend to bleep everything. I am positive we probably swore in the first half of this. This is why we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts.
Anywhere you can find podcasts.
Anywhere you can find podcasts. And then
Eat
on
more
YouTube,
popcorn.
you can watch us. And then on TikTok, you can see little clippies of us. And so he goes across this chasm. DM had him roll acrobatics to see how well he could evade the attacks to avoid an encounter that would almost certainly lead to him falling to his death. He ended up encountering a gang of Aarakocra and Rocs, ROCS, and a third PF, third of the way across the chasm, and we were way too far to help him. Reading comprehension.
Nice.
The encounter
Sound
was
it out.
brutal. Oh no, it's happening, Jeff. It's happening.
Is it falling?
No, maybe. Just like this guy is falling to his death. The encounter was
this
brutal.
This is like the perfect time
and he
for
was
it to
down.
fall.
He fell from a height of 4,000 feet and died instantly. After a few
Okay.
seconds, it finally dawned on him that it wasn't roll for death saves or wait for a party to heal you type of death. He was dead. And he said, "What the hell, man? I was going to make it." I've heard that one before, definitely. DM said, "No, you most certainly were not. Even if you passed the agility check and avoided the encounters, there were still several points in which you would have had to pass. It was practically impossible."
Wait, hold on. So the DM didn't even give him a chance to like try it? That kind of sucks.
No, he gave him a chance to try it. It was a lot of ability checks
He
realistically.
rolled acrobatics to see how well, and
There were like several encounters set up that he would have to pass. It's like an army of archers throwing a sea of arrows up to your face, and you're going to try to dodge it, and then you run into these flying whatever the fucks. I just hit my mic. Sorry.
thanks, just girly things.
And then you fly into these whatever the fucks, and then they stab your ass, and then you fall. He gave him a chance technically, but it was like basically impossible to do. You can do anything. Doesn't mean it's possible. You can't
That's fair.
role play the king to give you his crown. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, be reasonable,
Fine, I'll be reasonable this time.
bitch. Yeah, so it was basically impossible. The player then said, "Oh, I see. You just wanted to kill me off, and for what? You got a problem with me or something? You know I'm a cop, right? I could have you arrested, bucko." It's typed in there. I didn't even add
When you
that.
get called bucko by a cop, you know you fucked up somewhere.
And trust me, you would not last a day in prison without, and then he alluded to them being assaulted in prison. I don't feel like particularly reading
that's
that
a
part.
fucked up thing. That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. The DM then kind of froze up as this drunk idiot was threatening him like this over a Dungeons and Dragons game.
I mean, he's a
Thankfully-
cop. Of course he's... sorry.
There goes Jeff.
This is why we edit. But I'm going to keep the "this is why we edit" thing in. It's funny as hell.
Thankfully, one of the other players wasn't having it and said, "Do it then. In fact, take us all down to the station. Drunkenly drive your beat up car down to the police station and explain to your boss that DM is under arrest for the high crime of having a pretend Birdman roll dice and kill your pretend dark elf."
I'm going to arrest you for killing my character.
That I made
love
up in
this.
my head. It's just pretend, Jeremy. Relax.
Yeah, well, you don't have to kill him, so that's on you.
I'm willing to live with that blood on my hands. He then got up and stormed out while cussing the DM out and ranting about how stupid the game was and how he was never going to play D&D again. And we never saw him back at the store after that.
To be fair, they did not talk about him getting to roll or attack any of those things.
Yes, I did.
No, it just said, I'm looking back at it. It only said they had one acrobatics roll. To be fair.
To avoid an encounter, and then the encounter was hard, and they couldn't help him with the encounter. So he was fighting shit in the sky.
So the encounter happened. Okay, the encounter was brutal and he was
And
down.
then it broke his concentration, I'm assuming, and so he started falling to his death. And when you fall from a certain height, there's no death saves, you just die. I think it's if you get the same amount of damage as your health.
No, it's double your health and damage.
Yes,
basically.
exactly.
And 4,000 feet, it's like 2d6 per 10 feet or
All
shit.
right,
some
all
shit. I
right.
don't know.
Stop! Don't do the math to me, okay? It's
all right,
far.
Kayla, in D&D, there is a little bit of math. You do sometimes have to add 16 plus 7, which is what? You could see her calculating right now, and it's amazing.
I didn't even hear what you said. This is why
16 plus 7?
16 plus 7? Obviously 21.
Kayla, you got through your story, and it was so good. I love cops.
Oh my God, I'm so sweaty.
Cops here.
I take back what I said about not being sweaty. That reading made me...
Honey Pop, we already know. I ruined your facade. I dropped that bitch down a well. I dropped that bitch down a chasm that's 4,000 feet.
For everyone at home, I'm currently wearing a heart monitor, and I am such a chronically sweaty person that it started falling off. Just like this horn is.
The adhesive is no longer sticking.
It stopped sticking. And then I had to get a piece of athletic tape and tape it back onto my body.
Why are you wearing a sweater, bro?
For the aesthetic.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Halloween. It should be cold outside, but it's hot in here.
It was like 77 degrees out today.
I think specifically too, when I close my door in my room, the vents for some reason don't get in here. I have a vent in here, but it does not work. And so it gets really hot in here when it's cold in the rest of my apartment.
This is very funny.
What is?
No, just you talking about your apartment. That's
about
very funny and entertaining.
Yeah, it's so entertaining. The people want to know about me. Anyway, enough about me.
You get mad. I'm sorry. I told you I was going to work you up.
He does this every time. It's not even like a today thing. He just pisses me off.
It's every day, bro.
Okay, enough about me, Jeffrey. I can't even allude to the fact that I'm in a tower.
Is this a segment about me?
This is a segment about you, Jeff. I figured we have been doing this for a year. I obviously know a lot about you, but maybe, I just talked openly about my apartment's Dutch system. You don't really open up to us like that. So I thought it would be great. I thought it would be fantastic if I interviewed you a little bit.
Oh, God.
We really got to understand Jeff Lunter,
like to hear
my favorite DM. My favorite DM. I may be everybody else's favorite dungeon master, but Jeff is my favorite dungeon master.
I'm concerned with how much you're complimenting me. Your favorite
dungeon master's favorite dungeon master.
I'm concerned with how much I'm physically cringing with how much. I
may not have changed the questions a little bit earlier when Jeff said something to piss me off. So here we go. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. I want to introduce Jeff Lunter to the stage. Jeff, everybody. Mr. Worldwide himself. Oh, my gosh.
That's not who I am.
Thank God you came here. I know you're so busy playing Dungeons and Dragons once a week to bless us with your presence. We are very lucky to be able to see him. He's such a busy man.
I'm excited to see the questions you made out of anger. That's all that's in my head right now.
I just have some questions real quick, Jeff. Let's
hear your questions. I'm here. I'm in the bit, not out of it. Concerned.
I just have some questions. Some of them are legit, some of them are a little funny. But my first question, to start it all off, let's ease it in. Let's do something a little easy. What is your Dungeons and Dragons or tabletop RPG guilty pleasure?
What do I like to do as a player or as a DM?
Anything. Like just a little guilty pleasure you have of yours.
I'm a sucker when people argue.
You like when people
not
argue?
Like the players arguing, but when there's players adding conflict between the characters and purposely making conflict I don't have written. I don't write that shit.
And you like when we fight?
I like when you fight, but then afterwards, you guys all realize in this group that we're currently playing in is that you guys are all like, oh, this is just a game. We're cool. We're good.
I think fighting for real would be a little more stressful.
You guys aren't afraid to fight each other. And that's my secret. My guilty pleasure is when players take the reins and you're just like, all right, flips through my D&D book. Nope.
Starts writing stuff down vigorously.
Oh, good. I have this. I can use this for later. That's one of my fucking guilty pleasures.
I guess that can kind of transition into one of the other questions I have, because it kind of goes hand in hand with things changing your expectations that you didn't quite have planned. Hi everyone. As a player, have been known to do what I would describe as fuck shit at the table. Have I done anything in character that has legitimately made you go, I have to change shit now? You know what I mean? Like, has any of my characters done any fuck shit that you were just like, scribble, 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 writing in your little book?
Did I plan for Loki to be your mom? Did we plan that together? Or was that just something you threw at me?
I don't remember planning it together.
Maybe I mentioned it. Oh, not like, honestly, the way I plan, I don't plan it to like every little story detail needs to happen. I plan it so that they can, if it doesn't happen now, it can happen later. Like, I don't plan settings, I plan events, which I think we've talked about in the past. You doing whatever you do where you're like, oh, look, plot, just kidding. Because this never happens with you. You're Kayla, Kayla's a fucking plot chaser, no matter what we do. Kayla is the plot chaser and will sprint towards whatever plot I throw out. So it's never been an issue for you or just really anyone, because that's not the way I DM. I DM in the way of, oh, hey, I'm going to throw something together. This could happen now or it could happen later, but it's going to happen and it's a good story beat. And like, if it doesn't feel like the right moment because you decided that you're going to go out on a date with a character, then it's not the right moment. Not
necessarily that you've tailored your DMing style to your players, but you've happened to find players that go with your DMing style.
Yeah. But also, like, I even when I do random shit with people at work where I do one shots and stuff like that, I don't necessarily over plan. I honestly, I think because I've been doing it so long, I almost under plan. I just like write 3 or 4 sentences and I'm like, that's the story. So I just come up with shit on a whim.
Wow.
That's just masterful DMing. That's
so
DMing
good.
for 14
years.
He's
so good at what he does, everybody.
I just can't help it.
I think that's probably a testament to why our team, our group has lasted so long too, just because we play into each other really well. And it's like so rare to find a group of people who just work, because I'm sure you can implement certain tactics that work with a wide range of audiences and players. That's something I'm trying to work with, obviously, because I only know how to cater to you guys, of course.
It has been a year of us doing this podcast. We know how hard it is to find a group. We know.
I see memes all the time on TikTok about like, hey guys, let's meet up once a month. And it's like, okay. And then nobody responds the day of, or they cancel. And I'm like, couldn't be me. I get to play pretend once a week.
Yeah, I make it happen. We make it happen.
Okay.
It's every day, bro.
Since we're, I'm kind of going out of order with some of the questions I have here.
I'm very upset. I was ready. I had a cadence.
I'll get to it. Since we're talking about telling stories in your DMing style, what is a piece of media that you've consumed that you would say inspires your storytelling, how you tell stories, the type of stories you enjoy telling?
I try to enrapture myself in things that are relevant to the story I'm telling. I have watched so much Chicago content. I have listened to stories about Chicago, because that's the setting for the Dresden story. But also, like, it just depends on the setting. Like, if it's something I'm super interested in, then at the time you'll see it happen in our D&D campaign. You'll see like, oh, where did this come from? Oh, it's just something that Jeff's ADHD fixation has been for that month. So that's going to be what you're dealing with in my campaign.
So you just try to consume as much media as possible.
Yeah, I just
and that
eat
kind
it
of
all
plays.
Up. I eat that shit up.
I think that's something I definitely have to work on, is just consuming more media in general when I integrate things, because I like understanding how things are told to me and communicated to me. But in terms of like my pool of knowledge, I'd say it's limited, because I'm very obsessed with the things I do like, but I don't go. Did you see that?
I didn't see. Did it fall?
No, it almost did.
It's fucking slipping, bro. I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen. Let's get more interview questions in. Let's get this ball rolling. Let's keep it going.
Okay.
You wrote them down.
I did write them down because I'm forgetful. All right, Jeff. You think you're so great? You think you're such a good fucking DM? You think you're the best? Huh? You think you're pretty good?
I'm pretty great, but I'm not the best.
Name one DM that isn't Matt Mercer or Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Anthony Birch, Will Campos, Tom Flanagan. Yeah, I used my uncle. What's up?
You can't use your family connections to answer this question.
John, not giving his last name. He does some incredible music. Maybe we can get him to do a new intro for us.
Ooh, intro change. After this, it's season 2, baby.
Daryl, yeah, fuck. It will be season 2. Shit, year 2, season 2, baby. Are you talking about like famous DMs?
No, that was it. That was.
I mean, there is like Jaws Valmer from the film Reroll. I don't know if they might have DM'd, but there was like the people from that. Abria Iyengar, easy fucking clap. Abria's a fucking legend. I guess you sometimes.
Wow, I thought that was going to be the easy one you were going to say.
I was not going to say you.
You
That's
weren't?
too easy. Kyle David Perry, they're incredible. I should have said them first. They're better than all of us.
That's true. Every single one of us, baby.
Every single one of
Our
us.
good
Brennan,
friend Kyle David Perry.
Our very own Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Very true.
So
Whatever.
you need any more names or?
Who is your favorite player that isn't Kim in our group?
campaign?
In our campaign.
This
And
sucks. I don't like this question.
For the people at home, there is me, Kim, Jeff's fiance, Webb, Bimo, and Tony. So he has 5 to choose from.
Are you making all of them listen to this episode in particular?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be like, hey guys, can you skip to this timestamp real quick? Jeff has something to tell you guys. If you don't listen to any of our episodes, listen to this one. Our players don't even listen to our podcast.
Kayla, you know I'm not going to say you just because of funny, but also I think Webb is probably the funniest player. And he does a lot of, like, now that he's grown into his own thing, he's probably one of my favorite players because he throws. You talk about you throwing me for a curveball. That boy just fucking does anything. He's like, hey, I want to be addicted to drugs. I'm like, okay, let's do that.
Okay, cool. I don't even care.
So, yeah,
you're only saying that because Webb is the only one who actually listens to our podcast. Fine, cool, whatever. I don't even care. I didn't expect you to say me or whatever.
You're number 3.
It's, you know, why don't you go fucking start a podcast with Webb then? Huh? If he's your favorite? If he's your favorite player and he's not me?
Out of 5 people that, it's 4 people that aren't, it isn't Kim. So yeah, you're like 3 out of 4.
Who's ahead of Tony?
I'm not going to answer that. You didn't ask me that question. You asked who my favorite player was.
Who's ahead of me?
All right, next question. Let's keep the interview going, dog.
Why don't you go fucking start a podcast with all the other players in our group then if you fucking love them so much? Whatever.
Did you, hold on, was your expectation for me to be like, Kayla, you're my favorite?
A little bit maybe. I'm here. I told
you should know better.
I put stupid horns on my stupid face. It's
for
not
a
like
podcast, not for D&D.
Yeah, whatever, with my fucking best friend. Anyway, I don't even care. I don't even care. If you think you can fucking hurt me, I'm steel. So you're probably the last person I like in our group.
My favorite character is me, so.
Yeah, so fuck you. I like Kim better anyway. If you could be one.
It's falling off. Yes.
Stop.
Adhesive.
I reapplied and everything.
The audio listeners need to know.
Don't tell the audio listeners, please.
I think it's sick.
I'm literally peeking out the mic. It's not sick, okay? Because then my hair is going to get stuck in the adhesive. The spirit gum, if you would. Anyway, if you could be one class, if you had to play one class for the rest of your life and you couldn't multi-class, what would it be?
I have the biggest ego and the biggest charisma out of everyone, so obviously wizard. No, I'm just kidding. Bard probably.
Yeah.
No, I don't even like Bard as a class. They're boring.
You can only be a whore so much.
Can I do subclasses?
You can't multi-class, but you can do a subclass.
Okay, then wild magic sorcerer.
Ugh.
It's crazy every time, y'all. You have no idea. No idea what's going to happen.
I knew you were going to pick some stupid shit like that. I wanted to force
would
you
I
into
choose?
saying
Like
barbarian.
Fuck you. I would never. I played Barbarian once.
And I forced you into it, apparently. Random chance.
Forced me.
Oh, my God.
Random chance. She rolled a die and was like, oops. She like picked up the die before anyone else could see the roll and was like, oops, looks like Jeff's a barbarian.
Oh my God, Jeff's a barbarian. That's crazy, everybody. What got you into DMing? I think we've talked about it before, but like if you had to describe like you woke up one morning and you were like, I need to do this. I need to do this for the next 7 years and meet people who are going to make my life better and worse at the same time.
Yeah, and start a podcast with them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the
and
best
then not even
one,
put them in your top 2, which is crazy. But like I'm not that anybody's paying attention.
No one's paying attention. It's fun. I would say the biggest thing. I think now that I'm thinking back about it, the first time I DM'd was either 14 or 15. But it was because it was my first year of high school, and my first DM was my squad leader for saxophone and marching band. And he got me to start screaming and when we did like marching band and stuff like that, because I was like timid or whatever. I didn't know what it was like, but he just straight up screamed all the cadences and all that, got me doing it. So like when he DM'd our first campaign, I was like, oh, I could try this. So I think that's what got me into it, because I was like, oh, if he could do it, I want to try it too. That kind of thing.
That's really nice.
So it was I was in his wedding party and he's going to be in mine. So, you know.
Oh, that's really sweet.
I probably have that piece of paper. He had a little chest with a dragon in it and a burnt up piece of paper that asked me to be in his wedding party.
That's so cute.
Shout out Kevin, my boy. Shout out Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin. Without Kevin, there would be no Tales from the Tabletop.
Yeah, there'd just be Kayla talking to the number 2 spot. Let's see the next question.
I actually don't think we have any more time.
Any more time for any more questions? Oh God.
Yeah,
no.
I think wrap it up, everybody. I think let's go home. My horn's falling off.
Everyone's clapping.
Thank you,
Kayla.
I'd say it's been a pleasure, but it wasn't. So.
Are you ready to know what my cosplay is? You know, everyone. So, like I said, bald cap, sunglasses, fucking Hawaiian ass shirt, kind of Hawaiian. You know, it's every day, bro. So, I have a story for you, Kayla. I unfortunately had to find a new one, but this is right in the same vein, and I am very happy because it has the same energy as your cop friend.
I see.
This is an RPG horror story that was posted 4 years ago by Baron32.
What happened to Baron
entitled
31?
I don't know. I think they were all taken. I think there were a lot of Barons. This is entitled, quote unquote, gotta have that alpha energy. A that guy tutorial.
What?
I'm an alpha. Are you piecing it together? All right. I am a forever DM and rarely get to play. So when my fabulous friend from the other coast wanted to start a cross-country online game, I jumped at the chance. As a DM myself, I like to be sort of table support person to guide the session along from the other side of the screen. I find it helps the DM focus on making the best possible session they can with the stuff they prepared. This was going well. Growick, my dwarven cleric, was the first to be introduced, and I was told a few sessions down the line that my over-the-top Scottish brogue and first-person narration helped some of the other players get comfortable hamming it up with their own characters. We had a blast hacking our way through a modified Tomb of Annihilation in what ended up becoming a moderately RP-focused style of game. Yeah, we love that shit. Mm-hmm. The original group were all either friends of the DM or friends of friends, and we ended with an excellent dynamic. Then the monk and fighter had to bow out, so we opened up the group to a public looking for players. One player we got, another monk, ended up being a joy to play with. The other, ... Well, as an aside, my fabulous friend is, like me, very much into men. Unlike my dwarven character, however, DM has an audibly effeminate voice. When I entered the voice chat for the next session, after the player call, new guy was in mid-sentence giving the DM advice. After listening for a minute, it became clear that my friend, my DM, my captain, my king, had just literally been mugged at knife point and had his phone stolen and was some why here for us anyway as a DM.
Well, like
New
in
guy
real
was giving
life?
him advice. Yeah, like real life mugged at
Real
knife
life
point.
mug, and then he still showed up to the
And
session.
he still showed up to play D&D.
Nobody
That
has
is
an
the
excuse.
dedication I expect
Nobody
from
has
every
any
DM
excuse.
listening to this podcast. No excuse. Never skip D&D, bro.
Never skip
Never
D&D.
skip it. New guy was
Damn.
giving him advice on how he could have avoided losing his phone. You should have fought back. You just got to have that alpha energy so they don't want to fuck with you, etc. Off to a promising start. Hey, just be an alpha.
Just be an alpha.
Well, the rest of us shut that shit down pretty quick. And look, the TTRPG community, sorry guys, the TTRPG community is full of socially maladjusted people who are using the hobby to learn to human. Kayla's like, my God is an awesome God. Preach.
It's so true.
It's
It's
true.
so true. Let me just practice being a fucking human being for a week, and then I
By
still
being
short
an
circuit.
exuberant, like fucking tiefling girl whose heroines keep falling off.
Yeah.
Many of us had been there at one point. We gave him the benefit of the doubt. So we get down to business. DM, are you sure you're okay? I'm fine. The guy didn't hurt me and it sucks to lose my phone, but I just want to distract myself from all this, so I'm not obsessing over it. I really just want to run the game the right way. Fair shake. Good introspection. Let's go. The DM ties up the loose ends from last session, and we make our way to the next town within 15 minutes. We plonked in front of a conspicuously bustling tavern, and we make our way in to where our two new PCs are waiting to introduce themselves. The DM describes the room and asks the new guys to describe their characters, monkish, shirtless, and covered in tattoos. That guy is wearing head to toe black plate, including, in the middle of a tavern, full helm with glowing red eyes. Sigh.
Huh?
Engage table support. Let's get this edgelord to open up and make himself more comfortable. Growick grabs around for the room and walks over to have a grand all dwarven nerd out with this armor. Y'all, I tried with this man. I tried every different angle I could to get him to speak even one sentence. And he's enjoying himself. You can hear in his monosyllable replies that he's just basking in the attention. But it's been going on too long. I DM the DM. Not shy, not struggling, just clueless. Ideas? And I figure I'll stall for a few seconds so he can check TG's character sheet for a good hook. I like that they said TG. I was very confused. I was like, oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Now I'm already many minutes of entitled spotlighting deep, so I'm getting a bit rustled. I decided to go out of character and level with him. Dude, I've been over here for 10 minutes trying to help you show off your character. You've clearly put a lot of thought into him. I don't need Shakespeare, just help me out here. We're looking for something to work with that's more than snooty, quiet dude in spooky armor. Play with me, damn it. So the DM, my knight and shy new
I love
armorer,
begging people to play the game. That's my favorite thing to do.
Just talk, bro. Just
please
fucking talk.
Please play Dungeons and
Please
Dragons
play
with
Dungeons
me.
and
I
Dragons. You're
love
here,
having to
bro.
beg
Just
you
do
to
it.
role play.
Dude, this hurts. Who wears bald caps?
Who wears horns?
This is so tight. My head feels like it's about to explode like one of those watermelons when
You're
you put
like a
rubber
fucking
bands on them.
soft-boiled egg, dude. That's the only thing keeping your brain in place because I know it's going to leak out of your fucking ears. Oh, wow. Real mature.
Yeah, got him. I'm that guy.
Real fucking mature.
So the DM, my knight in shy new armor, swoops in with a cringing peasant NPC to tell my lord the next set of armor he commissioned will be ready tomorrow. No bite. That guy had missed the memo. He waves them off with a curt dismissal, turns back to my dwarf, and adds, nothing. I throw one last desperate Hail Salune pass. Ah, you're a noble then. That might explain a mite. Wouldn't they happen to be your first foray into the wider world, would it then? And in his longest in-character utterance so far, he replies, I don't see how my personal history is any of your business. Oh, I'm pissed. But that's a whole sentence, so I channel it into my cleric. Ah, go boil your head in that great soup pot you're wearing, will ye? I've been over here nigh on a quarter bell polishing your armor. Will ye not at least do me the kindness of sharing a drink and a chat? Oh, he doesn't like that. Now he's pissed. But I've just shown him a new trick. No, thank you. But if you're so fascinated by me, perhaps I should give you something to polish, winky face. Nope, that's a hard no from me, bud. I have Groick cuss him out and stomp off to join the rest of the party. As they... What, Kayla? You have this look. You have that look. What's wrong? That's not funny?
It's fine. It's fine.
I have Groick cuss him out and stomp off to join the rest of the party as they start talking to the monk with the cool tattoos. Monk is a genuine delight who immediately gets into his own edgelord character with the mysterious mystic ink and hidden pain. But he gets it. He's cagey, but drops hints. He wants to play. In the end, that guy didn't get the difference after seeing it play out either. New friend in
It's a
tow.
hard nuance. It's a hard nuance to find for something like that. You know what I mean?
It's a really weird line to play at because you have just one dude who's killing it and you're throwing this dude so many Hail Mary passes and he's like, you want to suck my dick? You want to polish something else? It's literally it.
I
That's
need you to
literally
back
what he
up
said.
from the mic. You're right here.
That's where,
You're right
that's
here.
what
I
he
need
said.
you to back up.
In the end, that guy didn't get the difference after seeing it play out either. New friend in tow, we made to leave the tavern without my Lord of House Edge.
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 That's pretty good.
Please polish your armor.
Let me polish my armor. Completely oblivious to the fact that he's given the other PCs no reason to so much as acknowledge his existence, says, "Did you not require my blade as well?" The DM later showed us the chat logs from after the game, where this man had complained loudly about the players ignoring him for the rest of the session. DM tried to explain to him that he was coming off the wrong way and that the other players were uncomfortable because he gave the impression that he was content to take the table's attention and give nothing back.
Yeah.
If he really wanted to play the man a few words, there's nothing wrong with that. But he couldn't expect the players to just talk him up for nothing once a character was introduced.
Yeah, like role playing at somebody is no fun.
All
Well,
right.
I'm doing all the work and you're just soaking up fucking whatever.
All right, here. Why do you all gotta be such F words about it? Just let me play my way and you can play yours. Yeah, he went full fucking ham in response to them being like, what the fuck do you want us to do if you're not gonna actually...
He
So
said
does my costume make sense now? I'm an internet influencer of many names.
Wow. Is he
I
bald
had a better
now?
story. Yeah, he's bald. No, he has that thinning hairline, but I can't recreate that with a bald cap.
You could have just taken a Sharpie and just
It's the
missed
one that went to
opportunity.
jail recently, but anyways.
Oh, the unnamed one that went to jail recently.
Yeah. Ironically, my lord made a fair point. In point of fact, we did not require his blade. Maybe he found a sheath for it somewhere else. But somehow, I doubt it.
Oh, well. That's
my
crazy.
story. I hope you like my Andrew Tate cosplay. It's pretty good. Oh, it's falling! It's falling! You know what? We are at the end. It's perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Wow, it's amazing how nice you get when a camera's put in front of you. You're like, I gotta act like
Oh my
not
God.
Kayla.
Thank you. Little grease balls. That's what I'm going to call you because I'm also a grease ball. So you're
That's
my little
fucked
grease
up.
balls.
That's fucked up.
Thank you, my little grease balls. I feel like I'm on a ASMR
oh my
channel.
God. It looks so bad. I'm putting that
Ew,
bald cap
talk
back
about
on.
grease ball, dude.
I'm putting the bald cap
At least
back
when
on.
mine
I didn't
falls
realize
off, I
how
look
sweaty I was.
Thank you so much for joining us. We will be
I took the
posting
cap
on
off for
social
the audio
media.
listeners.
If you are listening to us in audio only format anywhere where you listen to podcasts, I highly recommend hopping over to youtube.com at Tales from the Tabletop Pod. That's our YouTube channel to see our lovely faces, because as great as our descriptions were, you really can't beat the real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
I'll also be posting on our social media stuff. You can find us on Tales from the Tabletop Pod on Instagram, TikTok, not Facebook anymore. We're working on getting our Facebook back up. Tales from the TT on twitter.com, also known as X, but I don't want to call it that. Elon can't change me, bro.
Elon can't force me to change.
Yeah, follow us on social media, Tales from the Tabletop Pod. We also have a really great section down in the bottom of Spotify where you can ask us questions. We have a Google form in the bottom of this where you can share your stories with us so that we can eventually share them on the podcast. It's shit's in the description. I don't know.
It's all there. We've done enough. Kayla, let Kayla go to bed and fix her fucking horn. It's one horn. You're like Carlac over there.
Let me rest.
All right, y'all. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye. Hard cut every single time I have to squint at my screen. Name one DM that isn't Brennan Lee Mulligan or I forgot his name. I'm going to start that again.
Let's get this edgelord to fuck.
Ow! Fuck you.